Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Talk. Wanted to do a quick overview of Bitcoin for the weekend. Just a reminder, next week I'll be at the European Blockchain Conference in Barcelona. So if anyone's nearby, please stop by, say hello, and hit me up in the DMs and or Twitter and or Discord, and I'll buy you a beer. We'll catch up. So which means I probably won't be doing much streaming next week. I'll be focusing on work. So looking to network while I'm out there. So here's what I have in the short term. I really think we're about to reject here, if not already. The 618 is just above our head, and we have some liquidity down below us to grab. So I've turned on the TPO settings. You can see the single prints. Single prints are usually targets for whales. It's these massive up candles that left no market structure. So their inefficiencies, they usually get filled. So I am expecting at some point in time, today or tomorrow, to cascade down, get a good buy price, and then this thing's going to rocket. So this could be our last good dip in the next month or so. Usually since October is usually bullish, but I think the whales want to get some good buy prices down in here. And I think if we hover in this general area, not grind out too much further, this VWAP is going to start coming up close to the target range. So we have a single print starting at about 61,600. So my targets are really 61,700 down to about 61,350, 345 to be exact. It's also the top of another single print, so we could probably wick into all of that. Money flow here on the hourly is interesting. It gave us a pump up, but we're getting kind of wishy-washy, kind of going back and forth. I feel like whales right now are basically filling shorts. I could be wrong about that, but worst case is you get one last push into the 618, which is about $100 higher than we are now, and then come down. But a lot of whales seem to be throwing in money right here at the $300 mark. So 63,300, 63,290 is having $2, $3, $5 million shorts coming in, and they're getting filled. So that's what I'm watching currently. Strap on down to a lower time frame here, 30-minute. You look at the top wicks. These wicks are just indicative of sell pressure. So well, whales are pushing this down. I will say we're on top of a local range here, I drew earlier from a value area perspective. So there's a little value area range here of the entire range we've been in. So we're above that value area high, which is good for the bulls at the moment. But money flow is trying to come back in. It's been out for a while. We are above the point of control for different aspects of this range. 24-minute. Money flow is coming in, but momentum's done. So it's almost like it was just a quick buy to sell. Typical by whales. Whales like to do that. They like to push the price up to fill short. So you've also coming into the previous day EQ and the previous day open. You get it below those, you're most likely going to flush down to the daily VWAP. Lose that, we're going to cascade pretty quickly. You've got probably some stop losses and trailing liquidity. So if I turn off the TPO setting here, you're going to quickly see we have a lot of liquidity under us. Let me go back out to the hourly for you. And just turn everything off. Give me a second here. Sorry about that. Turn that off. Turn that off. Turn that off. Turn all that off. And this off. Turn everything off. And then delete everything. There. So what do we got? We got a lot of unmitigated liquidity under us, right? So I like to grab my little banana tool, the curve tool. Just look at this. We got a lot under us. So there's a lot of reason to come down at least to the 61, to the top here probably. So we can draw some little vectors here, little rays, and kind of get an idea of some levels coming into this. So this is my first area to look for support. Likely we do bounce off of these. So that's my first target. We lose that, I'm targeting the bottom here. I'll put this one down here as well. And then best case scenario, believe it or not, for the bullish case is to sweep this entire thing. Then you're going to have a massive God candle coming after the fact. So, or I don't think we're going to do it. We could take out the top, right? So now if that's the case, then we come back through with our drilling tool. Path. We could do one of these numbers. That's what you're looking for there. Make these white. Turn these not so fat. You're also looking for this guy down here, right? So you're looking for one of these numbers, right? Or you're looking for down here, looking for this one. And best case scenario for a really big bullish case, that would be, again, a massive, that would probably be one of these 5 to 8% moves, maybe 10% daily moves. That would be huge. So you'll see a massive push if that's the case. And then if we step lower, just start looking at these lower wicks. I mean, a lot of these are in confluence with order blocks too. So I always just like to put my locking tool on and then just try to find that wick, shoot it across, wick, shoot it across. This isn't rocket science. A lot of this, if you go back and draw, just go left, you'll see it actually is a lot of times in line with other order blocks. So I'll just do this. So I do think the bottom's in personally, but I could be wrong. Again, like I've been wrong before. We all have. There's no one's perfect. But this is what I'm looking for in the near short term. A liquidity grab, coming lower, kind of going from there. You can see here even on the hourly, you've got kind of a wonky money flow, kind of just consolidation pattern. So kind of waiting to see what happens with this. There's not much else to talk about. There is also... let's see what the liquidity looks like. Again, I believe this still lines up with my thesis. Yeah. Let me zoom out. So 24, yeah. So what are we at? We've got 62, so all the way down to 61. So really, it looks like they're going to defend below us here, right at 62.6. Currently speaking, really that's just liquidations. But this could cascade even lower. To get through it would knock out everybody if he came right down through 61.5. So right where my bull target is here on this chart, it was down in here. I took it away again, didn't I? But yeah, bullseye is down here. We'll put this guy back in for you just for time's sake. Where is it? 61.5. So we're up here. That's our first target. So remember, play the range, right? So we have... my drawing tool go. Got a range within a bigger range, right? We got ranges. So you're looking to play within each box, and then if you zoom out even more, you've got an even bigger range, right? This is all a range. So you can look at ranges here. You can look at this as an entirely massive range. You've got a little range in here. A manipulation range, an expansion range, another. So what I'm getting at, if you don't follow market structure or don't know what I'm talking about, basically everything is a range. It's as simple as that. I don't know how else better to put that, but play the range. So basically figure out where the high is, figure out the low is, and then to be really silly here, come into like the 6 minute, and then we'll find the range of our current range. Once I stop my drawing tool, right? So you have a high and you got a low. Throw my locking tool. If I can get it. That thing is down there, huh? That ain't it either. Hold on a second. You get the point. Drag it to about where it is. So mitigation of either one. If you drop lower, look for a back test and rejection. If you're not already in a short, I did take a scalp short before getting on here, low leverage. I've been enjoying the low leverage with higher order sizes better. It's less stress on my end. I have a lot more wiggle room. I can let things play out, and if I'm wrong, I'm not losing that much money, relatively speaking, versus doing 100x where you've got to be pinpoint accurate, and really I like to manage those trades versus if I'm busy like I am the past couple of weeks, this is kind of working out well for me. So this could be a mitigation of this guy here and then a bounce, right? And then watch out here. If you mitigate here and you have a nice swift SFP of this one, then look to SFP this one if it wasn't taken already. You're going to come back down here, same thing. You lose that, we're coming back down here, right? So pay attention to market structure. Let me delete all this again for you, at least in the short term here. Just a quick refresher, all right? You sweep these lows, look for a reclaim. Don't be a degen and grab the falling knife. Wait for some kind of confirmation to get back above at least this high. And then look for the next candle to come back down through. It's going to show that it's at least half the distance of the other one, and it has buy pressure. If that's the case, put it in, put a stop loss below the low, based on your leverage. You could probably even go lower if you have lower leverage. 0.5% is always nice. And then look to ride that up. And then again, at that point, your goal is to mitigate this high. If you don't, you could come lower again, right? Or still the target's up here until one of these two is tapped out, right? So which one's tapped out first? If one's tapped out, this is the next target. So that's one scenario. Delete that. Other scenario. We're really bullish and we don't come any lower. We just sweep this little local low and we bounce, right? Well, guess what? If we sweep this, we back test it, and we start sitting up here, this is not a spot to short unless you know what you're doing. It could be a Bart Simpson topping pattern, but it could also be momentum and money flow is curling up, and it could be a big push to squeeze more shorts. And if that's the case, we're going to zoom out a little bit, and we're going to look at the 65K high, right? This guy over here. I'm expecting massive shorts in this area. We already had some, right? We had the very first taste of this, and it got flushed down. Quick run through here. We had a from top to bottom move of almost 3%, 2.8%. So I will say on the 4-hour, you did have a money flow increase, but it looks like it's going to be a dead cat bounce. And we're going to roll over more. So again, wait for these trigger waves, the market Cipher B, and also you'll see these trigger waves on the RSI. If you do RSI trading, it's the same thing as the MACD. If you want to use one of those, very similar. You want to wait for the bottom and the curl starting to come back up. So the MACD, this would be red, peak red, then we'll start to get lighter red coming up. If you don't have access to this tool, I do like the money flow though. Currently, that's why we had that big push. So going back into this again. All right. It's as simple as that, guys. Put an alarm on any one of these and wait for it. And you can even put one down here at here. This guy, if I can get my tool to work. And then you can also look for levels off of these guys for short macro shorts, but this has nothing to do with the actual structure. All right. There. Let's put alarms there. And also, if you're unsure of market structure, see where we are. So you had a bullish break in the macro structure, right? Man, turn this off. Right, so you broke bullishly here. Actually here. You're still bullish. You broke bullish again, and you've yet to break this market structure. Technically, it's not bearish until you break this. So we're still bullish overall. Coming back down here will be bearish, but again, an SFP is just change in structure. So I'd be looking for the first test right now based on what I'm seeing. You have like an SFP of this local high. Looking to try to mitigate and see what happens at 62.7. What happens at 62.700? Are we going to get to slow grind, bleed right through it, or are we going to come down, or are we going to get a nice bounce? And if that's the case, we could just be range bound between these two figures here. We do this until Sunday. And then we either dump quickly. It's going to be a quick liquidity grab either direction, whether it's down here or up here. It's going to be a flash crash pump. And then you'll see the whales make their move based off of that. So I'll leave you guys with that. I don't want to drag this out too long. Pay attention to altcoins. They're going to start mooning here already. I'm not trading them at the moment. Again, I don't have enough time to do any of that. I'm just holding alt bags. The main bags I'm holding, let's see. What is it? The blockchain. There's one that's blockchain bets. I still have that one. That's my smallest altcoin. I have blockchain bets, the gambling platform. I have that one. Band protocol. I have obviously wrapped Bitcoin and regular Bitcoin, and those are becoming my savings accounts. I'm not spending them at all. I'm just going to hodl those forever. I kind of regret selling my Bitcoin originally, but I had to for other purposes. And I did make a lot of money with the alts I made off of selling the Bitcoin, but anyways, that's beside the point. Solana is going to do very well, and then AVAX. Those are my bigger picks. Otherwise, look into AI. Fetch AI is going to be good, and you're going to have a bunch of other ones. Real-world assets are really good. And then when I have time, hopefully after Spain, I will kind of break down a video on different asset classes from AI, real world assets, kind of what I like, what I don't like, and why, and then how I think it's going to affect the overall ecosystem and infrastructure and moving forward, how banking is going to get interrelated into all that, and kind of run that direction. So also, when I get back from Spain, I have a giveaway to kind of knock out. So those of you that did follow the instructions, actually there was very few that followed the instructions, we will knock that out. But nothing to say is financial advice. Best of luck. You want to find me, hit with a Crypto Blackwall, and talk to you soon. Thanks.